Did you know there's apps that'll pay you to play your games? I wonder if it's worth it. Let's find out. Hey guys, and happy Fandom Friday. Today we're going to be talking about one of the apps that talks about how it will pay you to play on your phone. Now you've probably seen these. They pop up in the ads, especially if you play the phone games. There's a number of different ones that sort of pop up and go, we will give you gift cards or real cash to play games. So I was kind of intrigued. There's one that popped up a lot while I was playing, and it's called Mistplay. So I decided to try it just to see what would happen. Now, Mistplay seems to have a collection of games that are made by Jam Games, so I don't know if each one is a specific company or like sets of companies, which seems logical, because the first thing I discovered is there are only specific games that work. So here are some of the games that I found really intriguing that were on here. Okay, so as you guys can see, I like the finding games. I like the Connect 3 games. There are also a whole bunch of slot games and bingo and a whole bunch of other stuff, but it does seem to be one select thing. Now, the way it works is as you play, you increase levels, and there's also certain things that you have to do to achieve points, and you're gaining badge points. So I've been playing for a little while now, and I kind of did some of the reviews too just to see what was going on, and a lot of people said it's really, really hard, and this is, of course, Google reviews. It's really hard to get points. And what I discovered is it's not necessarily hard to get points, but there is a trick to it. So I did earn a gift card, which it takes 3,000 points to earn a $10 Amazon gift card. So that's kind of cool. I will say it took me 45 playing hours, according to their app, to get the $10 gift card. So your refund or your return is not real great. You are spending a lot of time for not that much money, but I did find a trick to it because I started again to see if I could get back up to 3,000. And there's one thing I noticed. If you're just playing the games you like, and once you get to a certain point, it's hard to get those higher and higher scores. Now, as you advance in levels, you do get more points for every level you play, but it takes longer to get those points. It seems to be that they want you to try the games, because I've noticed there are several key factors. Okay, so as you can see, if you get to a certain level, you need to get to level 5 to use the chat, and then you get points. If you use your Google Play money, it gets you points. Now, I haven't tried that one yet, so I prefer not to spend real money on phone games. If you get to level 15, you get an extra bonus. If you use the chat, if you play for an hour after 11, which I still haven't quite achieved in any of the games just because I don't do dark. We'll try it one of these days. I'll just set aside one day a week to cover days where I have to play this game for an hour after 11. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. What are some of the other ones? And you guys can see there are hitting points, so you want to achieve level 15. Once you achieve level 15, however, it gets harder and harder to get points in that particular area. So they seem to want you to start games, get to a certain point, and then either get frustrated with them and quit and try a new one, or just continue playing and getting points. As you guys notice, there are also certain games that are worth more units than others. So for example, the bingo game that I play is worth like 3.5 units for everything you do. Sadly, the Harry Potter one I think is only 2. And there are some where it's only half, so it makes me wonder why to even bother play these games if you're not going to get the points. So things like Panda Pop are a full 4. Now, I've tried playing Panda Pop and I tried playing Cookie Jam, and it doesn't draw me in. So if you like the games that are kind of just sit there and do and disconnect your mind a little bit, they're really good for this. The other one was the slots. The slot ones seem to be very high too. Now the other thing is, there is a game that is advertised at the very beginning of your scroll screen, and it shows you which one is popular for X amount of time, and that of course then gets double points. So it does seem to be that they're wanting you to try new games and enter into things. Now I will say I've tried about 4 or 5 different games since I got my first $10 gift card, and I managed to get to 2,000 much faster the second time than the first time, which brings me back to that. I think you need to make sure you pick your games carefully and you work the game to a certain point and then just stop. So for things like if you're playing a game that you really like I actually like the Harry Potter mystery game. They've started improving it. I play that one because I want to play that one. It's not to get me the points. So I try the other games to get me the points, and then I play games to play because it connects into it. I also have games that don't connect to this game at all that I still play. So the thing is, they're not really paying you to play the games you already play. They're paying you to try out new games and to give reviews. Because if you comment and you review, you get points. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bolster reviews, and they're trying to bolster points and all those kind of things where they're trying to get you addicted to different games. But it's also one of those things where they're mostly just I wonder if they're just sort of beta testing us. Because I did notice a number of games were there and then weren't there. Because I wanted to try it. They had the Star Trek Command game. It was only there for about 2 weeks, and then it got taken off the list. So I don't know whether any of these other games are going to get taken off the list later. And as I said previously, it does have certain games where it's promoting that game above everything else. All right, so is it worth it? Well, you are getting paid to play a game. So if you're already on your phone and you don't really care what you're playing, if you sit there and play certain games for at least 15 minutes or so, you do actually earn up points pretty fast, especially if you pick the ones they're aiming for. And honestly, the part that confused me was when I did get my first gift card, I clicked on it on Saturday night. It didn't come through sometime till Sunday, so don't panic if it doesn't show up right away. It does come. And of course, I already used mine because everyone needs Minnie Mouse gloves. So it is real cash. So I use the Amazon card. There's also Starbucks cards and a whole bunch of other things. In fact, this is the list that I have. And as you can see, you can get various categories of stuff. It is useful for other things. It's not a bad deal. It's not a great deal. So you are playing a really long time unless you play really strategically to what they're aiming for. Like 45 hours for $10 is not a great exchange rate, but it is basically 10 free bucks if you're just on your phone anyways. So it's more kind of like this when you're like a surveyor where you're being paid for your opinion, or if you're doing like the free, they send you something free and you review it. It's more like that than an actual pay you to play on your phone. So that is my review for that. Is it worth it? I guess it could be if you're just wasting time and if you don't care what you're playing on your phone. So what do you guys think? Is this actually worth it? I found it kind of fun. I now have almost 2 gift cards, and it's been a few weeks, so it's not too bad, but it is a lot of work. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want me to review anything else, and I will see you guys next Fandom Friday. Bye!